Hi, good evening. Sayed for the trainer for this program. Okay, Microsoft Azure uh, Associate, Administrator Associate. So I think previous on Sunday, maybe some people has attended just like a workshop, just some common queries we have discussed. But again, from this today onwards, we'll see like our regular session, right? So we'll start with again cloud computing fundamentals. After that, I will try to show you some examples practically in Microsoft Azure. Okay, so generally say like daily we'll record the session. They will share you, or office people will share you. If anything is there, you can uh, you can go through again, okay, as a refreshment. In the same way, I will share you the material. I will share you whatever the PPTs I am discussing. So the same PPTs I will share you in the form of PDFs. After that, I will try to share you some FAQs related to Microsoft Azure, plus some soft copy books. Okay, so that you can go through that books whenever it is required. Right. So let's say we'll start the session. If any queries are there, better you use chart panel. The uh, chart option is there. Please type any simple doubt is there. Immediately we have to type. Okay. So I will try to discuss that doubt. Means related to today's class. If other doubts are there at the end of the class, I will try to discuss. Okay. Right. So let's say we'll start the class. Right. Basically, sir, like here again, we'll see summary, we'll see cloud computing benefits we'll discuss, and what are the major services are there as part of cloud computing. But I will try to discuss some one, two examples we'll try to discuss as part of today's class so that you will get some very good idea. So what we can do with Microsoft Azure. Okay, so Microsoft Azure. Right. So let's say we'll start. As part of today's session, I will discuss like cloud computing benefits. We'll see what are the right. So why we have to go with the cloud computing platforms? Common things. We'll things we'll see like what are the exams are there on Microsoft Azure. Okay. So at the end, uh, I will discuss questions. Right. So basically, say like I have very good experience on various technologies. So I will try to provide you very good stuff on Microsoft Azure. So that basically remember it is for our course is for everyone. Means who wants to enter into Microsoft Azure, either dedicatedly we can work with Microsoft Azure, okay, or we can work separately. Means after learning this course, you can work only on Microsoft Azure directly, or if you are already working as a application developer or like .NET developer, Java developer, or if you are working as a database developer, then for you it will be added advantage. Why? Because for every IT resource today, cloud computing platforms knowledge is compulsory today. Why? Because most of the clients are like migrating towards cloud environment, right? So uh, Those are like brief summary is there. Like various exams are there. We'll talk about Microsoft exams. What are the major exams are there on Microsoft Azure? We'll see this today as part of today's session. Class. As part of today's session, we'll see cloud computing. We'll see what are the different computing platforms are there. Means if you have already attended the session on Sunday, for you it is refreshment, but we'll try to show some examples today with Microsoft Azure. From next onwards, it will be easy for us. We'll go with our step-by-step syllabus. Generally say like we'll see life without cloud computing means what like previously said we use on premises environment where everything we are maintaining in the local data center. For example, I am starting one company, for example. In that company, like I will build the local data center. Later I will recruit the teams, various teams, application team, uh, database team, testing team, various teams. After recruiting various teams, then we'll start the developing projects. For example, means what, first I'm building the local data center. Okay, so building the local data center, generally we are calling it as your on-premises environment. On-premises environment. But today, this on-premises environment, we have so many limitations are there with on-premises environment today. That's why compulsory we have to go with cloud computing environments. Means in cloud computing we can't say 100% benefits are there. There are also we have some limitations are there, but as compared with on-premises environment where we are building the local data center, okay, so we have more benefits are there with the cloud computing platforms. We'll see the advantages we'll discuss. After that we'll see cloud computing services. Majorly remember important point we have to understand, any cloud platform, any cloud platform is a collection of services. Any cloud platform is a collection of services. Okay, so just remember like it may be Microsoft Azure or it may be uh, Microsoft Amazon Web Services or Google Cloud. Any cloud platform is collection of services. So we have so many services are there, different services are there, but these total services we have divided into three categories. Maybe you have heard already. IaaS is there, infrastructure as a service. We'll see in detail. Next one here like PaaS is there, platform as a service. SaaS is there, software as a service. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Generally, remember our cloud services are divided into these some categories, three major categories actually. In that again, we have so many subcategories are there. So like we have services, networking services. But remember, we have to understand just one point. We have to understand cloud services be major categories. Infrastructure as a yes. Now it is okay, Arun. I think voice is breaking. Arun is saying. Right, right. I think some network up and down is there here due to some rain season. Uh, No issue. Already I'm recording the session. I will repeat if these scenarios are there once again. Okay, so that is it. Three cloud services we have discussed: IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Three major cloud services. But we have not discussed in detail. I will talk about that in detail. Why IaaS is there? What is PaaS? What is SaaS? Right. Cloud computing services. Then cloud computing deployment models are there. We have different deployment models are there. Means basically, remember, we have public cloud is there. Public cloud. So public cloud means, remember, we can place the machines, databases, applications, everything in a public data center. Means what? Microsoft has built some data centers across the globe. Okay, so Amazon has built some data centers across the globe. Directly we can place here like our resources, maybe servers, databases, applications in these data centers. We can manage from anywhere through internet. So just remember, whenever we are saying cloud environment, just we have to understand it is a public cloud environment actually, where it is a shared environment. Means my machines are there, like other company machines are there. So that is a shared environment actually, public cloud environment. We'll see that private cloud environments are there, private cloud. So which is for a particular organization. Generally say like banking applications are there. Those applications, especially finance related applications, they don't want to put everything in Microsoft hand. They want to put some things here in the local data center, means their own data center, but with cloud features. So that is called here private cloud. Public cloud, we'll see that again in detail one by one. We'll see confusion may be there. So cloud deployment models are there. One is here like public cloud is there, which is by default model. Private cloud is there. Hybrid cloud is there, sir, which is combination of public plus private. Means what? Some resources we are placing in public cloud data center. Some resources we are maintaining in our local data center with the cloud features, especially say databases. Some sensitive data we can maintain here in the private data centers still. Okay, so hybrid data centers are there. Sir, hybrid is nothing but public plus private combination. We have community cloud is there. Sir, community cloud deployment model. So community means of same uh, like healthcare. One community is there. Okay, so like cellular applications or clients. One community is there, like this here education related one community is it, that is for similar departments we have to understand. We'll discuss that in detail. These are like concepts we'll see. After that we'll start with Microsoft Azure. Just I will show you how to create free subscription in Microsoft Azure, how to start working with the free subscription. Generally sir, here in Azure we can create a free subscription for 1 month. 1 month it works free. later Later, if want, we can continue with paid option, or we can create generally one more subscription. Indeed, in general, we'll see that one. Generally, say like two types of environments we have discussed right now. On-premises environment means what? It is a local data center. On-premises environment means what? It is a local data center. So where we are placing yeah, our resources in our private data center. Means our own data center. Means what? Like we'll create one local data. This is my organization is there here in Mumbai, for example. So I will create one local data center in my organization with total setup. Then I will allow my employees to connect and work with my local data center. Okay, so that is like on-premises environment is there. For example, tomorrow you want to start one company, software development company, for example. Let's say in the company 100 employees are working. To manage those 100 employees, we have to build a local data center. We have to build. After building local data center with application servers, database servers, development servers, okay, so then we can allow the employees to start working. That is called here. This is generally we are calling it as technically on-prem uh, environment or on-premises environment. But remember, with this on-premises environment, we have so many limitations are there. Right. So why? Because capital expenditure will increase for my client or for my, let's say I want to start company. So for me, I want capital expenditure is there. Right. I have to purchase the hardware, operating systems, firewalls, various softwares I have to purchase. Oracle. So various softwares. That's remember hardware and softwares I have to purchase. That's why like capital expenditure will increase actually sir in case of on-premises environment. So on-premises environments here like we have various limitations are there with on-premises environment. First major limitation is capital expenditure is very high. Means I have to invest almost like 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs. So again, depends on which software we are purchasing. If you are going with Oracle, we have like very huge licensing options are there. Capital expenditure will increase in the same way. Operational cost also increase. Why? Because we have to recruit all the teams like Windows team, storage team, network team, right? So operational expenditure also increases for us, right? Second major limitation. Just I am discussing what are the limitations are there with on-premises or local data center, our own data center, and these limitations here we are going to overcome with the cloud data centers. In the same way, say like time consuming process, right? Means what? Like immediately we can't build the setup within 2 days, 3 days, right? First we have to we have to procure the hardware, which may take 2 months time. Then we have to procure the softwares we have to purchase. So after then we have to make the setup. Okay, so then we have to test it. After that, we have to make it available to our employees or our end users. For example, that's very much time-taking process. Almost all 4 to 6 months time is required. Time-consuming. In the same way, what about security considerations are there? Very, very important. Security considerations are there. So means what, like if you are maintaining our own data center, then various security measures we have to take care, which is very difficult actually. But if Microsoft is maintaining the total resources, okay, our servers, storage, network components, it's responsible of Microsoft. Microsoft will take responsibility of what? Security. That's why it is very good advantage for us here. Why? Because they know better about their products, Windows, as well as other products. That's why they can implement better security. Right. So that is like security considerations are there. In the same way, what about like a scale up and scale down? Right. For example, let's say today we have server is there with 32 GB RAM. After 1 month or after 1 year or 2 years, I want to increase the hardware resources with 128 GB RAM, with some better network infrastructure, with some SSDs, solid state drives. Then see complete setup we have to change. Again, we have to invest the money. Again, we have to invest the money. So that is called here scale up. Scale down here, if you don't want like very huge servers, you want to remove, for example, in future. Again, say like cost is there, like honestly, amount is wasted. Suppose let's say Amazon is saying or Flipkart is saying sale is there between this month 15 to 20. At that time, huge traffic will be there. We need some good configuration server. After 20, again, no need that configuration. I want to take it down. So that is a scale up, scale down activities. Remember, we can't, it is very difficult to implement in case of on-premises environment. Okay, so as well as network access. Network access here, we have to configure firewalls, VPNs, various things we have to configure. These are various limitations are there here. In case of what on-premises environment, if we are building our own data center in the organization. So all these problems, remember, we can overcome with the help of cloud platforms. Suppose if you are going with cloud computing environment, check here, there is no capital expenditure, right? We are not purchasing servers, hardware, or operating systems, everything. Why? Because everything total setup is ready in cloud data center. Just create a subscription and start creating the machines. Which server you want, Windows servers or Linux servers, how much storage you want, which databases we need, which applications we need to deploy. Okay, so those things here we can do very fastly here. Means almost all capital expenditure will come down to 10%, 20%. Means we have to purchase only laptops to our employees. Means local data center no need to maintain. Just we have to understand it is like purchasing the car, renting the car, right? So if you are purchasing the car, we have so many things, right? We need insurance, we have to pay the registration fee, then we have to do regular maintenance, right? So then fuel charges are there. So various things are there, which is a dedicated one actually, our own car, dedicated one. So but if which is lengthy process here. But if you are going with the hiring model, right? So just you can book the cab. It is ready. Just pay the basic amount, use the services. Like this here, almost all similar concept is there. We have to understand between on-premises and cloud platforms. Right. So capital expenditure will come down. Operational expenditure also will come down. No need to maintain the huge number of means network engineers Windows admins. The same way storage admins, but 1-2 persons are required just for monitoring purpose. All those are maintained in the background by the Microsoft team. But here also we need, means what, professionals are working, not working in my company, but they are getting job in Microsoft, or who are the Microsoft licensing vendors are there in that company they are working. So in my company only for each shift one employees working who has Windows knowledge, networking knowledge, storage knowledge, means cloud knowledge. Right. So time consuming here, see, very fastly we can create the machine. For example, let's say I want to create one server, like a Linux server or Windows server. Maximum in 10 minutes time, we can create the server. 10 minutes time. After creating the server, we can take remote desktop of the server. We can connect from anywhere by taking what, remote desktop. In the same way, security is handled by Microsoft itself, as well as we have firewalls, everything we can configure. Scale up, scale down activities can be done here very easily. At any time, remember, today you are using one server with 64 GB RAM. Tomorrow you can increase it to 128 GB RAM. Just charges will change, but immediately resources are available, immediate option is available. Even we can automate also in some scenarios. We can automate also whenever the traffic is huge, resource utilization is above 90%. We can automate to use the high resources. Automation is also available. Network access, we can access from anywhere. We can provide restrictions also. So only from this laptop or this employee should access this. Like limitations also we can put here. It's not meaning that everyone can access, then where is the security? Right. So that is what are the limitations and what are the major benefits are there with the cloud computing platforms. In general, say like in case of on-premises, we have to plan, purchase the hardware, everything, install, then start operating. But here, all this planning is required. Buying, installing is not required. Directly, we can start operating just within in 10-15 minutes time. Right. So check here, like various definitions are there for cloud computing. Cloud computing is the delivery of computing services over the internet. That's why we have to understand here, cloud computing provides everything. Servers, storage, databases, everything is there sir, in the cloud computing platforms. That's why we have to understand here, cloud computing platforms are for everyone. It may be I'm Java developer, I can work in cloud computing platform. Just instead of on-premises environment, I'm working in what? Cloud computing platform. So let's say Arun is working as SQL developer or SQL DBA, he can work. So next, someone is working with Windows or storage, networking, we can work here. That's why remember cloud platforms are for everyone. Means everyone should have basic knowledge of cloud platform. But if you are working especially only on Microsoft Azure, you are handling the platform, for example, then we need in-depth knowledge is required for us. Then companies offering cloud computing services are called cloud providers, right? We have so many providers are there in the market, almost all, I think 70 to 80 providers are there currently in the market. But we have some mostly here we are going with Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud. These are some top cloud computing platforms are there. Typically here see charges are there based on usage. Means Microsoft is saying this is like your power bill. Means like depends on usage we are paying, right? There is no fixed amount actually, depends on usage only we are paying. Okay, so that is like in case of say cloud computing platform. Suppose let's say one server is there. If the server is running, we are paying some amount per hour. Let's say per hour we are paying 18 rupees per hour. If I shut down the server, if I shut down the server, then we are paying like uh, 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 1 rupee or 2 rupees or no amount, zero amount. Like this, it depends on usage only we need to pay, no need to pay any fixed amount. Let's say one common definition is there, official definition is there. After that, I will show you one example, how we are working. Right. Check here from NIST here, official definition is there, National Institute of Standards and Technology. Check here, cloud computing is a model for enabling convenient on-demand network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources. Means what? Cloud computing provides on-demand network access. Means from any network we can access at any time for a shared pool of configurable computing resources. What it's meaning? Computing resources are nothing but what? It may be storage, virtual machines, anything, network or some software machines. Configurables here, we can configure what we want, like how much RAM server we need, everything. Then we can start using. configurable computing resources. So that can be rapidly provisioned. See, provisioning means, remember, creating. Very fastly we can create, and with the minimum management effort and service provider interaction. Means what? We are going to maintain, yeah, we need less management efforts. Means what? Like multiple, so many machines, one administrator can handle multiple machines. Less management activities. Why? Because most of the things we can schedule here. Less management activities or service provider interaction means what? No need to interact every time with Microsoft. I want this, I want this. Directly we can create whatever the resources we need. Second part of the definitions here. Second part of the definition. That is first part of the definition. And if you see second part of the definition, cloud computing, cloud model is composed of 5 essential characteristics here. Means whenever you are saying this is cloud computing platform, we have to understand that it should support these characteristics. It should have these characteristics. Okay, so 5 essential characteristics we'll see. 3 service models. We have seen 3 major service models are there: IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. And 4 deployment models are there here. We can deploy the resources in 4 deployment models. One is, we have seen a public cloud, private, hybrid, and community cloud. We'll see these 5 characteristics, we'll see, then we'll see some example. Check here, very clear here, on-demand self-service here. Right, here resources are ready on demand. You want one server, immediately we can log in into account, you can create the server on demand. Self-service by our own. No need to interact with Microsoft. I want this machine, this machine. So we can create by our own. Right. So with broad network access means what? Like we can access from any location. Broad network access. We can provide the rules we can define. You have to access from India only. You have to access from UK only. Those rules also we can provide. Then rapid elasticity, another major feature of characteristic of cloud computing platform, very, very important characteristic. Rapid elasticity means what? At any time we can do scale up, scale down activities. So scale up we can do to get better performance to our client, right? So to avoid performance issues. Scale down we can do to avoid the cost. So very good feature. Measured services means what? Already we have seen, depends on usage only we are paying. Depends on usage only we are paying. We have per minute pricing models are there, per hour pricing models are there. Depends on usage we are paying. No need to pay a fixed amount. Then a resource pooling option is there. Okay, so we can group the resources here. We have seen resources are available in the form of pools, right, in public cloud environment. Right. So those are like 5 major characteristics are there here of any cloud computing platforms. Let's say we'll see how we are creating the subscription. Already we have seen, to start practicing, remember, in general, no need to install initially anything in the laptop. Directly we can create a free account where we can create a free subscription. In that free subscription, with that free subscription, we can start practicing. Okay, so we can practice here any concepts we can practice. Check here. Let's say I will go to here 2 URLs we have to understand here. Azure.microsoft.com. Just here my blog is there. You can see here Azure. sql.blogspot.com. So many articles are there. You can see my YouTube channel is there. Some of the videos I have put, means if you are not getting exactly we have to join here or not, you can see some, yeah, just to get some confidence. In the same way, like azure.microsoft.com. First one's here, first URL, azure.microsoft.com. Here, see, like we can create free subscription, we can create here, free account we can create. After creating free account, see, check here, if I create start free, if I say start free, here see, like by default Microsoft will add $200 credits here in our account. Means what, till these credits are there, we can practice, or till 1 month, whichever comes first. If the credits are going to end within like 20 days, then automatically our account is disabled. We can't continue, means they will not charge any amount for us. So automatically account is disabled. No charges are there. Okay, so whereas like if or till 1 month, whichever comes first. That is like in case of say like free subscription is there, free account we can create to start practicing. Right, sorry, already have created the account. After creating free account, then we can go to here, second URL we have to understand, portal.azure.com. portal.azure.com. By using this portal.azure.com, what we can do, we can work with Azure services. From here, see, we can connect to Azure services. We can start practicing. We can start working. That is like two URLs we have to understand: azure.microsoft.com, portal.azure.com. Right. Let's say I will connect to the portal one time. Just we'll see what are the services are there, how we are working with Microsoft Azure. And so this is our home page is there. So I have connected with this name, for example. It will show here, it will display here how much amount I have, balance amounts here. Out of almost all 13,000 in case of Indian rupees, I have this much of balance. Right, till this balance is there, I can practice, it is saying. Later, if want, we can convert into pay as you go option, where depends on usage, we have to pay the amount. Means amount is deducted from credit card, depends on usage. No need to go with this option initially. Once we decide that okay, we have to work in the Microsoft Azure, we have to deploy our resources, then only we can use. Here, see, if I go to left side here, here we have like it is showing here what are the services are there. It is showing here. Check here, like we have app service is there, one of just main services I'm discussing. Later we'll see. App service is for our application developers, .NET, Java, PHP, Python. Okay, so any application developers can use this app service. From here we can build the applications here, as well as we can deploy the applications, we can test the applications. Basically for our application team, we have this app services. Then say like SQL database is there. This is for our database team. Means let's say you are working as a database developer or database admin. We can use this database team here in Microsoft Azure. Here, like we have almost all the database systems are available, like SQL Server, their Microsoft product, plus Oracle, plus MySQL, plus PostgreSQL, MariaDB. Most of the databases are available. Once again, we have to understand Microsoft Azure is a common platform. It has not only Microsoft product, it has all the other vendors products are also there here. Common platform. So even we can develop here Java applications, anything here, SAP, anything we can deploy. Then here virtual machines are there. One more service, major service. Machines we can create here. A dedicated servers we can create with required RAM, with required number of CPUs. Okay, that dedicated server, we can work with dedicated server. We can take remote desktop of this server from anywhere. We can work with server. This one comes under here IaaS, infrastructure as a service. This app service, database service, this comes under PaaS, platform as a service. Means what? Just remember, in case of IaaS, only infrastructure hardware Microsoft is providing. Then, if you want to work with .NET applications or Java applications, you have to install .NET, all the respective softwares we have to install. Then we can start working. In case of what? IaaS. Whereas in case of PaaS, everything is pre-installed. Means you are getting one tab, for example, with .NET with SQL Server, okay, and web server, so that you can start directly developing the applications, not empty laptop. IaaS means what? Like empty laptop. Then you have to build the platform. Okay, so then we can start working. But PaaS means platform is also there. Hardware plus platform, like Oracle. Directly we can create the databases. They can migrate the databases from on-premises to here in Azure directly. If we are going with PaaS, if we are going with IaaS, what we have to do? First, we have to install SQL Server. After that, we have to configure. Then we can start using. That is a major difference we have to understand. Whereas like storage accounts are there, another important feature. It is like our SAN, storage area network. Here we can store anything, like backups, virtual machines, anything we can store here. This is the base service where our resources are present. Then virtual networks are there. These are there to work with the networking concepts. Okay, so generally our network admin, they can work here, but uh, are working in IaaS, infrastructure as a service, then we need some basic knowledge of this networking, storage, and Azure Active Directory. Azure Active Directory is there. Generally, we are, I think maybe you're familiar. Active Directory is there, which is a Windows server actually, where all the machines are connected. Means in one company, let's say you are running one company, 10 employees are there. Instead of providing 10 laptops to start working, first we'll create an Active Directory. In that Active Directory, I will create the employee details. And I will restrict the permissions. He should not access Gmail. He should not access Facebook. Then we'll allow them to connect from their laptops. Like just to control the machines in a particular network. Here generally in Windows we have Active Directory servers. In the same way, we have automation, monitoring, and automation services are there to monitor anything. We can automate like backups, anything we can automate. In the same way, we can raise the support also. If any issues are there, we can raise the support also, where our Microsoft team will respond. These are like various main services are there, but if I go to here all services, it will list out so many other services. Okay, just remember, creating virtual machines means a dedicated server. It comes under IaaS. App services, SQL databases, all these comes under PaaS, platform as a service. For example, let's say I want to create one Windows server or Linux server. Okay, or if want to deploy one application, .NET Java application, we can create app service, then we can define some properties, then we can deploy the applications, websites, anything. Check here, if you want to create a machine, we can create the machines here. Already have created one machine, which I have stopped actually to avoid the cost. I have stopped the machine. Let's say if I want to create the machines here, it is asking which machine you want to create. It is asking here. Actually, here predefined images are there. Oracle Linux machine you want, or Windows Server 2019 machine you want, or which machine you want, Windows 10 machine. It is asking here. Ready-made images are there. Just we have to provide some configuration options like username, password, some other details. The machine will be ready for us. Then we can take RDP of the machine. We can start working from anywhere by taking what? Remote desktop. Right. So check here, like suppose I want to create a machine with Windows 10. Anything just I'm showing here, but we'll see one by one, step by step. Here, see, every resource will group in the form of resource group. Actually, we can search for the images also. If I go to create a resource, we can search here which machine we need to create. Suppose let's say I want a Linux machine I want to create. Linux, by default here predefined images are there. From this here predefined images, we can create the machines here. We have different flavors are there in Linux. Flavor you want, it is saying images are there. If I click on the image, we have to put some like username, password, some other information. We can create the machine. Like this, like any server which we need. Right. So check it, for example, I want a Windows 10 machine. Just now we have seen, we can search here also. Ready-made images are there. Windows 10 preview. Uh, Windows 10. Windows 10 multi-sessions here. Multiple sessions we can take. Remote desktop sessions. Sorry. So like this, like we can, all the ready-made images are there actually. Professional version 2004 professional Windows Server professional. Create. Check here, we have to define something here, resource group. Generally, resource group means all the resources related to this machine. We have to group with some name. Can create a resource group also, resource group for Windows 10 machine, any name. Right. Yeah, a part of name is trademark. It is saying Windows 10 is trademark. We can't use this, it is saying. Just Win 10. Okay. So that's very much tomorrow. If you want to destroy this machine, just we have to destroy this resource group. Then say virtual machine name. Virtual machine name, any name, Win system or system one, something like we can provide Win system or application server, something in which region you want to place, it is asking here. Always remember, we'll place the machines or any resources where closer to the client. Means if the client is from India, we'll place in India region. If I say Azure regions here, Azure regions, we have across the globe today, we have 60 plus regions here in 140 countries. If you see here in India, we have three regions here: South, Central, West. Right? South means Chennai, Pune, Mumbai. Generally, remember one region has three data centers for redundancy purpose. Means in one data center something happened, our machine will be ready in another data center. Three data centers in each region. We have three data centers by default. Like this here, almost all everywhere our regions are available. We can place, suppose if the client is from Australia, we have to place in the same region as a policy. We'll see later. Here just I'm going with East US. Image we have taken already. size here with how much GB RAM you want, how many virtual CPUs you want. Like per month approximate cost, it is showing 6,000 per month. Size, we can change the sizes here at any time. We can increase the RAM, we can decrease the RAM. Just machine restart is required. Just it is 1-2 minutes activity. Now say like username password, it is saying okay. I think it is, I'm audible for other people. It is okay. Nihar is saying not audible. Any people? Yes. Now I think yeah. Right, Nihar. Now I think it is okay. Just I'm discussing just what are the features. Same thing how we are creating our machine. Just we are providing some features. So Azure user, let's say I'm saying here some name. Okay, so then say like some password, strong password. This system password actually means whenever we are taking the RDP of this machine, we have to use this username password. By default, RDP is open, remote desktop is open. Check here if you have already Windows Server license is there with us, then the cost will reduce for us. Okay, no need to pay this much of money. Only 49% cost is reduced. This will be very beneficial for our existing Microsoft customers. I'm saying review. So many properties are there. We'll see later in detail. It is verifying and it is showing here like everything is okay. 8.3 rupees per hour for this machine. Means let's say daily we are using for 10 hours, we have to pay almost 100 rupees. If 24 by 7, we have seen 6,000 some change was there. Right. So that is like depends on usage we are paying. See, if I say create now, it will create the machine. It takes maybe 7 to 8 minutes time, 5 to 8 minutes time. The machine will be ready. Then we can connect to this machine. We can take a remote desktop of this machine. We can start working with this machine. That is like deployment is going on step by step. It is showing. Right. So that is like how we have just created one machine. Now after that, we can take remote desktop of this machine from any laptop. So MSTSC, we can start working. Same thing, we can deploy the websites or application servers in the our applications or databases. We can start using. That's why any resource we can deploy. Means it may be your DBA, your system admin, your network admin, your storage admin. Any person can work with Azure with the respective services. But commonly in general, to start working with cloud platform, we need the knowledge of most of the services. Then we can enter again specifically with the required services like databases, application services like this. That's why remember, like as part of our course, we are going to discuss here AZ104. Previously, it was 103. Now we have AZ104. Microsoft Azure Administrator Associate. Okay, so actually basic exam is there. Cloud Computing Fundamentals exam is there, AZ900. First exam, Azure Fundamentals. Actually, we'll cover all these Azure fundamentals also. Then we'll cover this AZ 104 exam. Okay, so after that, say like we'll see all this in detail practically. I will share the books also. Already have shared material plus daily recordings. Okay, so plus after AZ 104, we have AZ 203 previously, now 204. It is a developing, it is for developers. Azure developer, if you want to work as Azure developer, we have to go with this. 104 is for Azure admins. But in 104, in our concepts, we'll see some development part also, we'll see. Okay, Azure development part. Right. So that is like those are like examples are there. Plus we have AZ300 is it, which is Azure Architect. Means at least we have to finish either 104 or 204. Then second step we can go with Architect exam if want. Only if want to work dedicatedly in Microsoft Azure. Like after that we have other certifications are there, but these are our main certifications: 104, 204, then 300. Right. So that is like what we are going to discuss as part of our course. 104 we are concentrating, plus 204 some concepts we'll discuss, development concepts also, so that you will be familiar with both the parts, development part plus administration part. Means development means implementing from scratch, like this, creating machines, setuping everything. Later once it is ready, administrator what they will do, they will just monitor if any running issues are there, they will troubleshoot. But today remember, whenever we are saying cloud computing platforms, cloud computing platforms, we have to understand that this basically this is to reduce the cost, right? So as part of reducing cost, they will ask multiple skills in general. Means one developer instead of one administrator. If you have both the knowledge, then it is added advantage for us, right? So some questions are there. We'll take the questions. We'll conclude the session. Uh, just as part your experience, AWS Cloud and Microsoft Azure are similar. Yes, yeah, Jen, means both are cloud platforms. AWS also very strong cloud platform. But if you see cost-wise, Microsoft Azure cost is very less. Okay, so Microsoft Azure cost is very less, and it is beneficial to various Microsoft existing clients. So if we learn Azure, can we get on with the AWS well as part of job market is asking. Actually, like services are different there. Implementation is some difference is there, but you can learn very fastly with some yeah, video-based training options. Well, because almost all concepts are similar actually, but you can learn very fastly. Just okay. So one more question is there from Krishna. I have just joined today with this course. It will help us prepare. Yeah, actually, will help you to prepare these exams. And currently, maybe I don't know till March, May ending. One option was there actually. Which option? Online option. Why? Because today we have seen like due to this current situation, online option is there. Online option. Due to online option, we can write the exam from anywhere. We have exam center also. I will support you to get this exam easily. No need to worry about the exams. During course, will we have sessions? Yeah, everything is practical only, not theoretical. So the theory part, practical, theory, practical, both they will go with combinedly. Okay. Why? Because just you can also start practicing just by creating a free account in portal. We have seen azure.microsoft.com. You can also start parallelly practicing. Right. You will also provide notes. Yes, soft copy I will provide you. The same PPT plus PDF material I will provide you. Books I will provide you. that 104 cloud fundamentals books I will provide you so that you can go through that books. Plus this PPTs, what we are discussing. Anyhow, you have recordings are there. You can go through the recordings and you can practice parallelly. Right. So, any other questions are there? Other participants, Shruti. If any simple doubts are there, we have to ask actually. So, I will answer almost all every question. Any simple doubt is there, we have to ask immediately. Yeah, as part of this course, we'll provide the soft copy material plus I've discussed now, like daily recordings we'll provide, plus FAQs, interview preparation, FAQs will provide. Any other questions are there? Yeah, one more important question. How many sessions will be needed for this course? Generally, we'll go with 30 sessions, means 30 to 35 hours in the middle. Daily will take 1 hour session. Yeah, we'll go with 30 hours are required, means 30 to 35, depends on the, like, yeah, if any queries are there, sometimes it may take time. 30 sessions actually totally. All 7 days or 5 days in a week? One more question is there, Arun. Generally, we'll go with 6 days actually, Monday to Saturday. Sunday will take off. Weekends are no, yeah, Monday to Saturday our session. Okay, if sometimes if possible with all people, sometimes if I am missing Saturday session, Sunday morning sometime we can schedule if possible with all people, otherwise no session. Right. Yeah, any other queries are there, Hassan? Any queries are there? Arun, any queries are there? Please type in the chat option. Shruti, any queries are there? So you can ask anything. I will say never know. Any simple doubts I can repeat multiple times. Why? Because it is knowledge sharing program. Interactivity is important for us. Okay, right. So right then, yeah, we'll conclude the session here. We'll continue again tomorrow, same time. Okay, if anything is there other than technical things, you can talk to our yeah, staff. They will provide you answers. Okay, so thank you again. I'm very glad to thank you again. You have attended my class. You have given some time. Right. So take care and bye. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you.